And we're turning our focus to Syria, where UN and Arab League peace envoy Lakhdar Brahimi has now started an attempt at negotiating a ceasefire. He's in talks with President Bashar al-Assad's forces and Syrian rebels ahead of the festival of Eid al-Zuha next Friday. Brahimi has met with the Syrian leadership in the Syrian capital Damascus, even as fighting has raged on in the suburbs of the capital. And civilians in Syria are desperate for a ceasefire, but there are serious doubts about whether President Bashar's forces will agree to one. The rebels are also a divided lot on a possible ceasefire. For much of the past 18 months, rebels have been fighting against government forces, with over 30,000 people believed to have been killed in the bitter fighting. Repeated efforts by the international community to find a diplomatic solution to the Syrian crisis have failed because of a deep divide that continues at the UN Security Council. All right, and joining us now for more perspective on what's happening in Syria is Dr. Wael Awad, the West Asia expert. Thank you very much, Dr. Awad. I have to ask you this. You've been tracking developments in Syria and the meetings that Lakhdar Brahimi has been having with the Syrian leadership and the rebels. What, in your opinion, can Brahimi do different from his predecessors, including Kofi Annan, to secure this very, very elusive at the moment ceasefire?
Well, I think it is a very delicate, it's a very delicate kind of a visit by Lakhdar al-Brahimi, and he is a politician who can understand the reality on the ground.
He's an Arab himself.
Being an Arab, and he can understand it very well. I think he has been doing a good homework by traveling all around the countries of Syria, trying to reach to a kind of a compromise. And he knows very well that without the American influence and the NATO and the Saudis and the Qataris, they cannot stop the rebels from arming them. But what is we getting the news that there is a clear indication that some of the countries like Saudi Arabia and Qatar are insisting on arming the rebels with a heavy weapon and to counter the Syrian army. So if this happens, that means the balance of power in the region will be affected. And I think that they are playing a very dangerous game, and Lakhdar al-Brahimi understand the limits and understand what could be the response from a responsible state like the Syrian government.